Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Mill Road. Today spawning in the north we have Chromatic playing as OKW, gone for Grand Offensive, and facing off against him from the south we have garbuz06ii, playing as the British forces with Mobile Assault. This is a Patreon backer submitted game. Garbuz is 130 as the Brits, and Chromatic in the high 400s as OKW. Now it does have a couple other, two other factions in the top 200.
Infantry attacking in force.
Okay, so a couple Fusiliers. The Universal Carrier from Garbuz.
Fusiliers reporting for action. Hold the position.
Fusiliers decent against Brits, you know, you've got those snares straight away. Sections also kind of want to stay at long range, so sometimes you can get away with one fewer section infantry there when you're up against these sections. Not quite as bad of a matchup as it is against the conscripts or riflemen. Of course, if they've got the universal carry, then they've got that long range snare as well, so it can assist you. Looks like maybe a couple of these models not quite behind cover, so they're getting chopped up pretty quick. Need to be like fully behind the cover. I think a few of them off to the side. Need to be on this side rather than on this side, so that engagement went quite poorly. But a nice sandbag position up here allows Chromatic to stay on the fuel for a long time, so they kind of trade these positions. And here comes the recovery sappers. He's putting a flamer on those first. I generally don't recommend that. If you're going to go for the universal carrier, that should be your first upgrade. Upgrading that, otherwise kind of just doesn't do enough damage to be worth the micro effect, you know? And then you have to maybe spend more time repairing it as well to do the same amount of damage. Just tying up your other units. So yeah, not a big fan of the flamer first approach. Okay, 4 squads into tech, standard stuff there. Garbuz a little bit late getting his tech going. There's the universal carrier. Got to be careful. Don't want to come around these blind corners and get snared. Just trying to do some repairs while capping there, but that's not going to work and could take a snare. I think there was an opportunity there for a Fusilier to just charge ahead, but he's got one coming in from the other side anyway. So I think this should be a dead universal carrier. Well, it's not quite enough health damage though. Need a bit more focus fire from the infantry. Like 3 more bullet shots to penetrate to actually get the kill. Can do back capping with this squad while chasing down the UC with the rest. One penetration. There go the other 2.
We've just lost some armor.
So yeah, pretty bad mishandling of the universal carrier there by Garbuz. But that's a good move by Chromatic, you know, coming in from the rear with that Fusilier to secure the snare. I think could have probably just charged ahead with this squad and got it anyway, because of the bad control, but it's good to scale up your behavior so that, you know, when you're playing against high level opponents, your plays will also work. Sandbags interrupted there, and this squad is getting chopped up fast. They're trying to stay in for the cap, but the section actually switches their focus fire. I wouldn't be charging in with Fusiliers like this. Don't know why the section even retreated there. On track to win that fight quite comfortably. until you get those G43s. We did see they were upgrading on that squad. That's a bad play. Should have stayed behind the light cover. Continue firing. Jumps out of the heavy cover, but jumps back in. Yeah, it's a bit awkward there because you kind of jump out of cover, but you're still clumped up on all this light cover, so it can be hard to spread out. Avoid getting your whole squad stuck in the flame burst, so I think that was a fine retreat. It's going to be a flak half track for Chromatic. Maybe a tiny bit slow, but not too bad. Only, you know, maybe like 20 seconds-ish. Sometimes, you know, you can get the flak out real fast, especially if you go for 3 squads, but it's a pretty big risk. 3 squads into flak. Meanwhile, we see that Garbuz has gone for bolster. So maybe indicating that he's not going to go for a fast AEC, and we can see, in fact, that he hasn't even teched the side tech. So it's going to have to be an anti-tank gun, the answer. To the flak. Oh, I suppose you could go for the AEC, but by the time he goes for the side tech and constructs it, it's going to be extremely late. But he decides to build an anti-tank gun now anyway. Generally, my policy is to go for an anti-tank gun reactively, because you could imagine a situation where Chromatic doesn't go for a flak, and you've got this AT gun sitting around doing nothing. Maybe they go for another squad of infantry,
anti-tank gun finished.
and then you're getting completely overrun, and you've got this useless anti-tank gun.
Trying to take a point from us.
Or even machine gun. You don't really have a good answer in your composition to a machine gun. Could have gone for like a mortar or a commando squad instead. So that's my policy against Sokodevi. Just generally go for the AT gun reactively. Gets the suppression done, and gone for the G43s upgrading first. It's got the sweeper as well, so not going to run over any mines. Still a pretty even split on the map at this stage. Here comes the flak though. Oh wow, grenade tech from Garbuz as well. Interesting. AT gun running right the way forwards here with no protection. The flak is right on the edge of the arc. Takes one shot, trying to drive away now. Ooh, drove over that box, maybe revealing its position in the fog. Luckily the attack ground was way off to the side, expecting it to drive this way.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Just impose. Overstaying them welcome a little bit in the center. Squad gets low, but you know, it's typical. Sections, 4 models still under half health.
A capture point is being overrun.
And you know, you do have a bit of a motivational moment to try and get back to your base. Try and repair up this flak a bit earlier than the stern pose. So maybe an earlier retreat would have been a better option there. Because especially if you got your flak maybe a touch on the late side. Don't want it to be spending a long time getting repaired. Here comes the grenade. We've got some Brens now. Just a straight retreat there. Probably wasn't watching the engagement. It's understandable. Pushing the grenade in that fashion, but here come the Fusiliers. Could move around the corner on the section. The Fusiliers do well against
We're losing a capture point.
bolstered, brenned up sections. They're a good option against British forces because of that. I think when I did testing on it, maybe for that G43 video, you could charge into bolstered sections and expect to win with the Fusiliers. Maybe even up to light cover.
Trouble, trying to take one of our points.
So yeah,
Machine gun crew awaiting
the high
orders.
model count really helps out a lot, is what I found in that testing.
Our supply line's broken.
I'll do the same thing with G43 Grenadiers. Flak now camping the cutoff. The AT gun was slightly out of position. Takes one shot though. The flak backing away. Looks like he's going to go for another attack round. Decent. You could see the arc actually was more facing this direction, but shot scattered over this way. So Garbar's getting quite unlucky with the scatter.
The new company command post is ready.
Now machine gun from Chromatic. Thought I saw a tech truck. Was that my imagination? I thought I saw another tech truck from Chromatic, but maybe seeing things. Good mine there, actually kills off the cover, does big damage to the Vickers. Not entirely sure why Garbuz went for a Vickers anyway. I don't really like the Vickers against Fusiliers. You know, they have the vision to spot and dodge them. Very good at like flanking, doing huge damage as they flank with the run and gun. And with the smoke in this commander as well, you can just nullify your team weapon positioning, as Vickers is such a weak anti-tank gun in the first place as well. So it's just all round not a good choice. Sometimes I suppose maybe you have to do it. Stonefly's taking huge damage down the bottom. Oh, he's still alive though. And meanwhile, the AT gun's actually in some big trouble. Gets cleared off by the Fusiliers. And now stolen. Did briefly see a second machine gun, I thought, on the build for Chromatic, but I guess that got cancelled. AT gun's in some trouble now. Needs to come in with the flak to guard this. I'm not sure about that smoke angle. Flak's going to come around this way to defend. And the section's actually not going to chase any further, just going to be content with putting some sandbags down the center instead. So looking very good for Chromatic at this stage. Stealing away that anti-tank gun. Not sure about this Vickers on the engineers as well. I don't think that's a very good idea.
A capture point is being overrun.
Best just, you know, they got the flamer, that's fine.
Land mattress artillery on the way.
I don't think putting Brens on all engineers is a good idea, because their combat boosts, these combat boosts I believe do not work on the Bren. Only on the STNs, so that's not a good idea. I guess he's maybe going to upgrade them later on and go Anvil. Maybe try put the Vickers on them as well. Wait and see. Anyway, tech truck coming up now for Chromatic. Definitely quite late on the tech, but I'm guessing this is maybe going to be a straight Tiger build. And given how things are going at the moment, you know, with the double anti-tank guns, with Garbuz having quite bad fuel control over the last few minutes, and investing into all the side techs, the weapon racks, the bolster, and the grenades. Not getting punished for that too hard. Green on the ground there. Oh, Volksgrenadier is dead to a grenade up in the north, trying to do some cheeky maneuvering.
They're trying to take it.
Ouch. And the med crate gets claimed by Garbuz. Sections do have sight boost when in cover from veterancy. I spotted that going up there. Oh, the AT gun's doing some aggressive pushing. Now under fire from the MG. Gotta get out of there. And Garbuz not going for any tank yet. I thought this might be a Cromwell type situation. There's quite a lot of resources spare. Is it right there? Oh no hammer or anvil yet.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Grenades are forcing quite a few retreats off Chromatic. Garbuz though quite low on munitions.
We're losing a capture point.
Get some there to jam the capture. Solid grenade though. Engineers have to retreat. Even go down. No. Decent cut-off play, and the tech is up, covering back here. Decent positioning. You'd always have to be careful against Brits putting your tech on the field. But I think this is a reasonably comfortable position to try and do it with. Looks like it's going to be Hammer. So not going to go for the extra Vickers. And a Panzer IV now for Chromatic. How is this? Chromatic had a bigger fuel lead than this, so I'm a bit perplexed. Anyway, Panzer IV is about to pop out. Should be quite successful. Maybe I just like miscounted. But I thought with the amount of field control, the map control, it would have been a better fuel situation for Chromatic. I'm not sure. T-guns rolling down here. Try and get behind the cover. I do have the option of jumping into the building as well. I suppose the flame is there. Maybe the Fusiliers saw that. And there's the Panzer IV making some moves in the north. I got interrupted there, but I'm not sure why the Sternpires retreated. That coming back down to the bottom. So those sandbags, but they're low in health. They're not going to last for long. Can't shoot through that building while it's still standing, and there's the Panzer IV. And this could be a big move. He's got the machine gun upgraded on this. He's chasing down the AT. A Comet's in the build for Garbuz, but it looks like this is going to be too late. Should be pushing up with the Raketin or one of these AT guns to support this move. Just to make sure you can actually kill off the 6-pounder after it dies. And if a tank comes out, you can defend. Maybe like push the machine gun up to like this position, the AT gun through here. In this case it doesn't backfire, but it's just something you have to adapt to. Support weapon play. Remember to bring up your support weapons when you're making a push so they're ready to support.
The squad is back to full strength.
Okay, a bit of repairs. Oh, he's going to continue planting that mine. And the Colt's about to pop out. It's going to give the Panzer IV a real hard time. Garbuz now has burned through all of his manpower reserves. Very clumped up and well-timed retreat from Garbuz. Could have been disastrous. Flak claiming the centre. 90 VP lead for Chromatic at this stage. But here comes the Comet. As I was saying, this could be quite hard for the Panzer IV to handle. And there it goes. Oh, he's going to block his own flak with the Panzer IV. And there it goes. Oh, boy.
Light vehicle destroyed.
T-gun's a little bit too far back now as well. So yeah, not ideal for Chromatic. Just Panzer IV just happened to be driving behind that flak at the exact wrong time. Oof. Yeah, it was a bit of a close call for the P4 as well.
Ready for action.
Mine is down. Getting only slightly repositions. Still a little bit of drain though going against Garbuz. The question is, what does Garbuz go for next? Does have the land mattress as an option at this stage. I feel like this map is typically quite hard to put a mortar pit down on. Tried it so many times and it ends up backfiring quite often. Difficult map for the mortar pit. So maybe the land mattress is in order, or could be saving for another Comet. Do also have the regular mortar in this commander, but probably a little bit late for that. Oh, where's that Comet going? Wiggling around next to the building. The Panzer IV is diving in. I do not like that move at all. Oh, but he takes a main gun crit. Oh boy. A bit of bad luck there for Garbuz. T-gun coming up. Doesn't quite get another shot through though. With the Comet's, you know, armor.
New land mattress ready to
Chasing in like that most of the time, but maybe it could have even worked just because of that RNG. Does go for the land mattress, so Garbuz floating a little bit too much throughout this match at the moment. Could have had this on the field about a minute and a half ago. Maybe could have been quite helpful against these team weapon positionings. Kind of like shortchanged himself one barrage by doing this so late. Obviously coming in on the flank, very slow reaction. Good awareness though with that grenade. With 3 models right at the back, 1 on the crates, and the grenade right on the models. So it takes a bit of awareness because the unit's icon was way over to this side. So that was a good move from Chromatic. Hopefully cut off again. They were maybe trying to go for a snare, but has to give up that. Tries to go for more capping, but the flak base is there. Oh man! The Fusiliers died? Oh, that's really bad luck. I thought they were home free there. Comet's usually not that good, and the zappers go down to a mine. Never got a sweeper on them that whole time. Oh, I suppose they had the flamer, right? I forgot about that. I remember the Bren. So yeah, we go. Mine's paying off. But at the moment, Academy Infantry does seem to be struggling a little bit. We've got a fresh squad of Obers. They're not going to be that good until Vet 2. Going for a kill on this building. I'm not entirely sure why. This building is such a strong one just to camp a MG in and guard this whole area. Sternpie did up here as well? How did I miss that? Whew, okay, well Chromatic is saving for the Tiger, but now no repairs. Makes things very dicey. Doesn't have the mechanized truck down either for repairs. And at this stage of the game, you kind of have to expect that there's going to be a unit camped out on the central VP behind sandbags. So you have to assess how you want to make your attack. Do you have the option of dropping some smoke down to assist with these pushes? Maybe like dropping smoke down and covering like this area. Denies the support weapons. Blocks their vision. your Fusiliers are stronger in the close range fights as well. Good connection by the Rakishin though.
Panzer 4, ready.
Comic crew, awaiting new orders.
Enemy aircraft punching about out there.
Okay, here comes the smoke now. And then the squad's coming in, so it's a
Capture
good
point is
move.
being overrun.
Double AT guns in position, maybe a tiny bit far back. Maybe about this far, so they can actually get some attack rounds going. You can see a little bit too far away. Now the sandbag's dead. They're so clumped. I thought there was going to be another miracle comet shot, but squad survives. And here comes the command tiger. Second comet for Garbuz. That mattress at 5 kills. Maybe it was... He didn't do a land mattress barrage up here though. Can't see the craters for it. Okay, there we go. Comet. Oh, the AT gun's having a bad run. The Tiger switches its focus over to the engineers. The Panzer IV's charging ahead as well. The AT gun. It's such a bad position for Garbuz. In some major trouble now. There it goes. Tiger and Panzer IV making a well-timed attack just before that second comet arrived. In fact, that gets cancelled for a Firefly. Vickers actually decruised. And if I was Chromatic, I'd be destroying the AT gun trying to crew that Vickers.
The enemy cut our supply line. Our capture point.
Probably
Let's
just
try
trying
to
to
take
camp
it.
it somewhere. Considering going for a base dive, I'm not sure about that. Mattress on the machine gun, maybe hoping to deny it. There we go, base dive is on, looking for the
HQ is under attack.
medic kills. A couple squads back here, not dodging away the Shrek. Stolen Shrek's coming up. The medic's just staying alive. Tiger's a little bit low now, and here comes the Firefly.
Jerry has 300 points remaining.
But the AT gun's in a good position. Killed off that 6-pounder. Gonna go for a kill on that machine gun as well. I think I would have picked that up. There's a Volksmedia right here for it. And kind of need a bit more infantry. I know that machine gun is not really infantry, but you can just camp it on one of these VPs. Help with the drain. He's getting chopped up here, long range. Waiting for the Panzer IV to arrive and support. It's a bit too slow. Here comes the Firefly now. It's a good answer to the Tiger.
A capture point is being overrun.
It's a bit of a nasty surprise. Shield rockets right on top of the Tiger. Stuns it. Nothing providing vision. He's dropping smoke to cover the Tiger's escape. That's a good idea. The T-guns were back at base, so nothing was there to support. That was a bit of a dicey situation, but Garbuz didn't try to chase anyway.
Tell us where
And
and
the
when.
land mattress now going to come out of base. A lot of repairs required, and this situation might be worth, well, first off, we need to get the sweeper for faster repairs, but might be worth considering repairing the Panzer IV first, so that can get back to action. You know, that only, it's about 200 health repaired off it compared to the Tiger, so we're going to get repaired up about 4 times faster. Charging in here. Should be considering maybe trying to kill off these sandbags with the AT gun while the Obers were there providing vision. Gonna try to go for some attack rounds though. A little bit of light cover. Whoa!
Where do you want us?
Infantry killed 1. Firefly got a kill there. Don't see that too often. And here comes the land mattress, the AT guns right next to each other. This could be devastating, actually. 6-pounders in some trouble. One of them decrewed. We've got a Fusilier right there for the recrew. But they're not going to try jump on it. With the Comet right there. So Chromatic paying the price, having both the anti-tank guns right next to each other. Usually the land mattress not that effective, but some good scatter. And that is a big loss for Chromatic. The AT tank gun's really quite necessary against the Firefly. It's going to make the fighting much harder, and going to go for the next tech truck. I don't think I'd be opting for that. I mean, I'd even favour building another Sternpire over the final tech truck at this stage. And maybe putting a Panzerschreck on it. A bit of extra anti-tank if you really want the extra repairs.
New machine gun crew ready and waiting.
Not quite at the pop cap limit. You know, once you're at in the high 90s, you can consider putting down your tech truck, but at this stage, still room for units. And I don't know, I don't think you need a walking Stuka to really deal with this. There's not that many support weapons. Can't go for the King Tiger because you've got the Command Tiger, so don't see much of a point in the mechanized truck at this stage. Building, gotta be careful. Probably gonna die to 2 Comet shots. Well, died to 1 Comet shot. That was really nasty. I was going to say died to 2 Comet shots, and because it's a team weapon, they usually take a little bit longer to get out of the building. Maybe leaving a squad of infantry in there is okay. They get out a lot faster, but that was disastrous. Yeah, that was really... I also didn't think 1 shot would have finished it off. It would have been very close, but that was unlucky. So now Chromatic went from 2 anti-tank guns to 0 in about 2 minutes time, or maybe even less than that. Really need some more anti-tank. Do have the option of going for a Jagdpanzer. Could be a solid one. We got a second Comet in the build for Garbuz.
Enemy causing
Have
trouble.
the resources
Trying to take
just
one of our
out here
points.
for the Jagdpanzer now.
Wireless intercepts put Harry Hun on 200 points.
Another well-placed land mattress barge. I'm not sure. I don't think anything scouted this. I don't understand exactly how they got targeted. Maybe just a shot in the dark and it does alright. Oh, there we go. Hits the mine. Tiger's right there. The Fireflies are not really in the best position. Tiger's rounding the corner. Force mobilizing now as well, but we've got a mine. A British mine here. Tiger's getting around onto the rear armor. The Panzer IV's charging ahead. Now backing off. So the Tiger could run over this mine still. And here comes the second Comet. Got to expose its rear armor. The Firefly coming back in. Oh, this Tiger having some troubles. He's dropping down the smoke. That's a good idea. Firefly not chasing through the smoke. Gonna try to go for an attack round here, but it misses. I think I would have chased through here, especially when I know that Panzer IV is so low in health. The Comet hits another mine though. Oh boy. Would that have killed? Hard to say if that attack round would have killed the Tiger. Might have done. 200 damage from that Firefly.
The capture point is being overrun.
Made forcing the machine gun off. Not really much of a chance of killing off that Comet, I don't think. Comet doesn't have the commander upgrade, by the way. It's suppose it is a fresh comet.
Enemy threatening a
Forgot
capture
about
point.
it in the heat of the battle. Okay, Chromatic actually went for a Panther. Does mean you're kind of incentivized to go for some big dives with a tank roster like this, and does leave you susceptible to mines. Just continuing to struggle. The not on prioritized vehicles reveals itself. Firefly getting the first shot in. You faced in the complete wrong direction there. Does survive though. Panzer IV's healthy again. It's going down to the bottom. It looks like they're going to be able to get the neutralize off, and now Chromatic's the one behind on victory points. Doesn't want to get triple capped here. And mattress out the back. Screeny's now coming down to the bottom, looking to get the cap going. Quite a bit of repairs required still. Looks like the land mattress actually did some damage to the Panzer IV as well. 12 kills, Vet 3. Backing it away to base as well. Don't think I'd be backing it that far out, but it's alright. Oh, he's bringing it forwards again. I probably wouldn't like back it any further than, yeah, about where he's got it here. Otherwise, you know, especially if you get into a heated tank fight, it's all the way back at base, you really need a barrage on perhaps their anti-tank guns. We see Chromatic doesn't have one, but could potentially have one. And the land mattress has to slowly wheel its way forwards to get that barrage off. Could cost you the engagement in the game. That mine could just get triggered by friendly fire. It's unlucky.
Heavy machine gun crew killed.
Big old tank push here, as I was saying, from Chromatic. Oh, Firefly, a bit of a traffic jam on the base entrance. And down it goes.
Lost its swines, just knocked out a vehicle.
Mattress is in some trouble now as well, but a snare on the Panther. He's got the Panzerschreck right there.
Line's been cut.
Oh, but he dies so fast. All that elite infantry chopping down those engineers real quick. Trying to guard the land mattress from being destroyed now. Fresh Firefly is about to pop out. Maybe Garbuz could get something going here. No engineers for repairs though on this Comet. Might be tempted to use the crew repairs. Got to be careful though, you know, as they drop down the smoke and reveal what you're up to.
Our capture point.
Chromatic
They're trying to
having
take
to
it.
branch out, go for the 5 EPs, ticking under 100 here. Relieves a bit of the pressure and decides to back away with the tanks actually.
Broken.
The Panzer IV hits a mine. This could be the time for Garbuz. Firefly's moving forwards, the Comet as well.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
Feels the recovery sappers. Do have a repair bonus over the regular sappers and of course the smoke grenades, so do still think they are worth their manpower premium over the squad from base. Fortunately, he is well positioned behind cover. Got the Tiger coming down now, crushing through all the side blockers.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Grenade out. Could be a big attack round from the Tiger. Section's on the retreat. Firefly's rotating down that way. Tiger with his rear armor exposed takes a big shot. Big damage onto the Tiger there. Went for the Flamer again. I mean, considering he ran over like 3 mines in this area, I would not be going for the Flamer again in this situation as Garbuz. Not a good idea, in my opinion. but you know, the British sweeper doesn't give you any repair bonuses unlike the Eastern Front faction, so it does make it less compelling of an upgrade. He hasn't recovered this land mattress yet. I thought he would have jumped on that by now. Maybe gone for like one of these blind barrages into the center again, and probably would have got some good results given what's up there. Repairs going in. The mechanized truck is down. Chromatic pretty much at the pop cap limit here. Firefly's up here, maybe expecting a tank to rotate to assist against this infantry. Machine gun kind of getting overwhelmed. I think that's the stolen Vickers kind of showing its worthlessness there. But all the Axis tanks are healthy now, so it could be the green light for some aggression. Second engineer also gone for the flamer. Oh, I cannot understand that. Finally did recover the land mattress. Should be planting a raft of fresh mines now. Try to shut down this tank aggression from Chromatic. Empire's also planting some mines. It's quite a defensive one all the way out the back there. Flares coming up now from the Fusiliers. You can see the mines getting planted now thanks to these flares. Here comes the land matty. Further out the back though, catches the Obers. So they're running out from base, so now an IR searchlight for Chromatic. That costs 3 pop cap, right? Yeah, doesn't quite have the room for it. Another mine down for Chromatic. Kind of reinforcing Garbuz's bad decisions to go for flamers. Firefly trying to get in a position here. Getting the early damage done. The Tiger's spinning around, bit of a traffic jam back here. Tiger pops the aura. Don't see this too often. It's facing the complete wrong direction as this fight starts. That kind of halts the momentum of Chromatic. And now a snare going to come through on the Panther. Could actually find itself in some trouble. All because the Tiger was getting massively mixed up, spinning around constantly. Oh, big damage. Oh, he got pinned though. No chance of a snare.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy.
A lot of damage onto Chromatic's tanks. Land mattress decrewed. Didn't get much accomplished there though. Searchlight now. That should help out quite a bit against the Firefly. Can maybe start spending munis on other things and could help you line up some good smoke bombs offensively as well with the vision from that IR searchlight. Caught not at full strength. It's still on the front lines. He's making a move for the north with the machine gun, but this undefended down the bottom at this stage. So the VP war is still on, both players extremely low on points. Looks like it's going to be Chromatic on the drain here for a bit. Might even things out. And that mattress out the back. Interrupts the repairs for a while at least. And the Firefly pushing him behind this actually for a cheeky bit of damage. Vet 2 on that now. He's rattling off these tulips. Only one of them connects, so this one's slightly short of the Tiger. Tiger's in some trouble. He's trying to back away. He's slowed. There's a 4 coming in from the side in case the Firefly decides to dive. And Panzer 4 lining up on the Comet now, trying to get in range for the snare. Oh, Panzer 4 overextending itself. He's going in for the blitz. He's got that rate of fire boost. Oh, but it's not enough. Down goes the Panzer 4. Fusiliers do have sprint now. Could maybe have sprinted into snare, but section does die in the north to the Obers. So a bit of revenge. Chromatic briefly starts up the Panther, but with reinforcements definitely cannot fit that into the composition. Doesn't have the room. Mattress out the back again. Catches the fault grenadiers. Could catch these guys retreating as well. Okay, I think I'd be bringing the Panther in here and repairing it with the Sternpires while they're capping, but he's going to back out. Definitely hurt Chromatic. Not being able to set up the triple cap here. Baked by the Obers. Grenade as well. Just the Blenkorper and grenade in response. Ooh, that's a big oof. The 3 Obers dead. Dropped the LMG as well. Tiger machine gun trick all here. Tiger pushing past. Misses its shot though. Now going to take a shield rocket. Oh, friendly fire from the mine. Firefly takes an engine crit. Panther not on prioritized vehicles though. Turret facing the complete wrong direction for this fight. Fires now. Blitzing in. There goes the Firefly. Doesn't quite get a shot while it's out of control. Tiger's now pushing in from the other side on the Comet. Panther's in some trouble here though. Oh, a couple of misses. Comet's still alive. The Tiger's going in. Needs that finishing shot, but it bounces. Oh, a heartbreaker there for Chromatic. He's branching out to the 3rd VP with that squad of Obers. Chromatic not going to push in here, which I can understand. He's about to set up the triple cap. Never know when there's going to be an anti-tanker. What? Did Garbuz go for a second land mattress? Why? Why? Why wouldn't you... You know you're up against 3 tanks. Why wouldn't you go for more anti-tank? Like another Firefly, 17-pounder, 6-pounder. That was a really puzzling choice to go for a second land mattress. There we go, throws in the towel. Oof. Yeah, well, pretty even matchup in the early stages. I thought, thought Chromatic maybe had a slightly larger lead in terms of fuel, but I guess the harass from Garbuz more effective than I realized. And that was a bit of a tough time for Chromatic, getting the Panzer IV quite late and then the Comet arriving quite early. Made things a bit dicey for a while there, but ultimately coming out on top with the tank aggression. Got quite lucky there, the friendly fire mine leading to Garbuz's downfall. Able to snipe off that Vet 3 Firefly quite easily because of that. But yeah, definitely a bit of a lack of sweeping on both players. I know that Chromatic does have Sternpires with sweepers, but they weren't in a position to sweep up a few of these mines in those crucial diving situations. Could have backfired quite horribly. And Garbuz continuing to go for flamers after running over so many mines over here. Not sure about that. But yeah, GG, well played. Yeah, good contest here. Close match in the end. But the tank play a little bit too strong from Chromatic. And some pretty good usage of smoke bombs as well throughout this match. Defensively and offensively. That was nice to see. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.